Hello, we are going to talk about Ignatia Amara from the plant kingdom, beautiful and famous remedy. My name is Marcelo Garzon. I am the homeopath at Sage Homeopathy. The clinic is in Richmond Hill and the GTA. So we will talk about Ignatia Amara, but before we jump deep into what this beautiful plant and remedy will do for us, just a bit of a background for those that you don't know yet or didn't listen to other small videos. I am a classical homeopath, and as such, I'm looking for you as a person that comes to me not only with a sickness, but with a mind, with a state of mind that something it bothers you, something it's in there, deep in there, and that may be the root cause of the illness. It may not, right? It may not. But when we talk about chronic diseases, we have to connect the mind and the gut and the history and when did that happen, what triggered that, what was the root cause of the problem. And we have to find it, and we can find it, and we will find it. As much as we don't think about things, we think it's not important. So everything in homeopathic medicine, it's very important. So it's known already that the mindset and the gut, they work together. We cannot separate the mind and the gut. It's either one is sick or the combination of both that at some point in time, the body says, okay, I'm done. I need to say, I'm sick. I have something, I have to show you in a rash in the skin. I have suddenly eruption of eczema or psoriasis, or I have inflammation inside the body. That inflammation, as much as we maybe sometimes don't connect the dots together, inflammation can be because of malnutrition, right? And maybe we eat okay, but maybe the digestion is not okay. And why is the digestion is not okay? Because maybe we are sad, because maybe we are stressed out. We don't eat with, enough patience to swallow, or we don't eat the proper food because we don't have time, and so on and so forth. So at some point, when our behavior becomes chronic behavior, it may be also creating, as a result of the chronic behavior, we may create a disease. Therefore, when you talk about your disease, I will have to investigate about your history, your personality, what happens before, when, and what happens now. Like you at some point in life, you were okay, you were happy, energized, and something happened that you turn to be less of that nice person, right? So here it is now how we go into a remedy, and this specific one, because Ignatia Amara, it's very well-known remedy, and it helps us to treat people with stress and depression and grief. Okay, in Ignatia, there is a lot of grief, and that grief is inside, and it's not shared with others. Okay, and that grief has not panic. Like there is other remedies. There are remedies that you jump into panics. That will be aconite, for instance, in the middle of the night, you jump into, or arsenicum. But Ignatia, it has a grief. It's hurting the heart. It's hurting. There is jealousy. Okay, the person becomes rude, and not because he wants. It's because he is in that bubble of grief. If it's hurting himself because of something happened romantically, for instance. Okay, and then the partner left, or he died, or broke up, and this is the pain that it's inside. And even if I try to console the person with grief, he will not accept that, right? It makes Ignatia person, it makes more nervous, more irritated when I'm trying to help. So, and there are a lot of fears in Ignatia person. There is a lot of fears, and there is also something very unique about mood change. Okay, so if you see yourself crying, and then suddenly start laughing, and then suddenly start crying again, that means you are in a state of that you need Ignatia as a remedy. Sometimes you liked music, and now when you are in that state of mind, suddenly the music makes you nervous. Maybe the music aggravates, makes you cry, right? And if somebody says, well, but it's a good music, why wouldn't come and listen? And it contradicts, it contradicts you. That contradiction, okay, also will trigger a moment of, rudeness, a moment that irritation, nervousness. You don't like that. You don't have the same patience that you had before, the same tolerance. Okay, so the sorrow, okay, the sorrow that Ignatia has, okay, is so deep, and it's very hard to get it out, right? So this is the picture. If you get the idea, so this is the picture why we use Ignatia in what situations. Now, does it say that you're going to be all of the list, all of the above? No, it doesn't say. We are different, and some of us will experience this grief, these problems, maybe in different way. Okay, but this is the generic idea. How and why do we need Ignatia Amara? Now, how this relates to our diseases. So, if you are sad, you don't want to cook, or you don't want to eat, right? Or you just eat whatever comes first, or suddenly you're craving sugars because you are so down that you want sugars, and you go to the cabinet and you eat sugars and you eat sugars. And if that happens over time, and you combine the digestion of what you eat, okay, to a bad digestion, maybe, right? So you may gain weight, right? Or you be bloated, okay? And if you think about this, that's not the original person as you were before, okay? That's a different person that is in one state of today, and that happens because of some grief, some problems that's hidden, okay? And maybe that can go far in time. Homeopathy doesn't care much about when did it happen. That can be yesterday, and that could be 10 years ago. And you still have it. You may not experience this very clearly, but you may still have it this inside. So that's why it's so important to forget about the time, but to know the time, what happened then, not the time as per se time, but long time ago something happened, and since then things accumulates. I hope you get the idea. So as a summary, if you see yourself going into episodes of happiness and sadness, depression, crying, and happiness again, and laughing, probably Ignatia could help you to regain happiness and the vitality. For more information, please contact me at your convenient time. Thank you very much. I wish you well.